Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. If you're a Habs fan like I am, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment, and a thumbs up if you like the video. Hey everybody. All right, so this is a news type video, as they say, and so I've got a bunch of different things. It's not all news, it's considering the time of year. There's a little bit of rumor here for player signings. I have, Montreal qualified 6 players today. I have a Phil Deneau rumor. I have some news, well, sort of news. I'll tell you what I found out about Eichel Sweepstakes. And, yeah, a couple other things. As you can see by the chyron on the bottom, we have a sponsor for the video. So I'm going to tell you about that. And let's get right into it. Why waste time? So the Montreal Canadiens have, there's a bunch of rumors out there, like I said, and we'll get into that in a minute. But first off is Montreal Canadiens have qualified 6 players, these 6 players right here. So Montreal Canadiens have qualified Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Artturi Lehkonen, Michael Pezzetta, Ryan Poehling, Otto Leskinen, and Michael McNiven, and that's because they're all RFAs. And they need to be qualified in order for them to, I guess if they don't qualify them, then they could lose them, right? They don't keep their rights. And if the player doesn't sign the qualifying offer, can also be, I guess, can get his UFA rights, I think. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Okay, so we're going to just breeze past that because you know what I'm talking about. There's nothing new about that. So they qualified these guys. Now, KK has to be qualified. They want to sign him to. More than likely, it's going to be a bridge deal this offseason. Lehkonen signed a 2-year deal a couple of years ago, so he's due for a contract. He made $2.4 million on that last contract. KK, I know, was somewhere around the high 800s, low 900,000 on his ELC. He'll definitely earn somewhere. I heard something that he's looking for somewhere around $4 million. So I would think somewhere around $3.5 to $4 million on a bridge deal. That's my expectation. Ryan Poehling also has to be qualified. I'm not sure what kind of contract he'll earn. He hasn't made the team yet. I wouldn't expect to be too much. Otto Leskinen, I was surprised, was still on this list. I thought he had signed to go back to the KHL. That's what I thought I'd read earlier in the year, and I guess I was wrong. And Michael McNiven, who I thought had been signed, but again, guess I was wrong on that. So those are the 6 Habs players that had to be qualified. So they did that. Let's see, next up. Okay, this is an interesting story. It's kind of 2 parts. So last week, I think it was, Montreal Canadiens hired new Habs assistant coach Trevor Letowski. Let me see. And it's an interesting story, right? So they did that. Also, if you remember last season at the trade deadline, Montreal Canadiens were interested in acquiring New York Rangers defenseman Tony DeAngelo, the problem child, but it's a nice way to put it, who was recently bought out, I believe last week was bought out by the Rangers. The reason he was bought out was last season, somewhere around the trade deadline, I don't remember exactly which game, he had a fight with a fellow player. It was the goaltender Georgiev. This was, where the players get off the ice and they go down that corridor. So he had this fight apparently in this corridor and with Georgiev, and I think it continued into the locker room, whatever. This caused the Rangers to basically not release him, but I don't think he played another game. And why Montreal went after him, I don't know. I don't think he's very good for the locker room. He was the kind of guy that I believe last season he was on Twitter kind of making fun of some of his fellow teammates. And, and the team asked him to stop doing that. And I'm not sure if they asked him just to stop doing that or to also deactivate his account, which apparently he did. And then the rumor has it, there's a rumor that he opened up a couple more Twitter accounts under different names and continued to do the stuff he was doing with his teammates and just making fun of them, apparently, calling them out, that kind of stuff. And then they bought him out this year, so in the off season. So I kind of think, well, come Wednesday, Montreal Canadiens might be after Tony DeAngelo. And, if you can now pair out the reason the two, Trevor Letowski and Tony DeAngelo, were just put together is this, that the two were not teammates, obviously. Letowski's older, but Letowski was a coach or assistant coach with the OHL's Sarnia Sting, where Tony DeAngelo played his junior hockey. So he was his coach in junior. And it's just, I don't know if it's a coincidence or there's some meaning there that they just signed Letowski. And I have this feeling that they're going to sign, or at least attempt to sign, DeAngelo as a free agent. So we'll see if I'm right there. All right. So I mentioned, as you can see, the Chiron on the bottom, which I'm going to remove for the moment. And we have a new sponsor on the channel, Jabby Coffee. And Jabby Coffee offer its coffee. Now, listen, it's weird. I don't drink coffee. So here I am going to tell you this is good coffee, but my kids do. Almost everybody I know drinks coffee. So I had some people try it, and they all really loved it. And so Jabby Coffee, really good coffee, really easy to make, hot or cold. So try it hot or cold. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. They have a commitment to sustainability, so that's local product, locally produced products. So it's a new company. I had never heard of them before. They approached me. I checked them out. I gave the coffee to people to try, and they really liked it. So there's a link in the description. If you click on that and you do decide to buy, I do get a commission from that. That's an affiliate thing. So let you know that out in advance. But I'm going to show you what I thought of it. Actually, my son. So here is something that I produced for Jabby Coffee. And let me know what you guys think about it.
You know what? That's a really good cup of coffee.
Jabby Coffee. Good coffee. Get yours through the link in the description below. So Jabby Coffee. Good coffee. Check out the link in the description below. And hey, if you do try it, let me know what you think. All right, so we are going to get back to more hockey. Awkward. And it's the first time I ever did an ad, so let me know, guys, what you guys think of that. And let's get back into the topics of the day. So we're going to get into some rumor. So there is a rumor out there for Phil Deneau. Everyone knows Phil Deneau decided to test the free agent market. Apparently he's looking for $5.5 million on I think a 6-year deal. And Montreal offered him a 5x5, so $5 million times 5 years, and he turned that down twice apparently. And apparently as well, I like the word apparently, he's rumored to be in talks with the LA Kings right now. And this I'm getting from Elliot Friedman. It's not from his 31 Thoughts article or podcast, but he did some other kind of article. And he was listing players and where he thought they were going to go. And he had to know to LA, or talking with LA, and is a likely place for him to land. And I read this now, I think, in 2 other places. Like, I don't know if it's because they read it where I did, but Elliot Friedman's talking about it. So it's a rumor, right? It's a rumor. So I hope not. I hope Deneau makes it back to Montreal, but he's rumored to And I'm sure LA has the money to give him what he wants. Money-wise, Montreal really can't give him $5.5 million. I mean, that's ridiculous. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, Jack Eichel, the Jack Eichel Sweepstakes. So I heard this last night that, and I didn't know this, that Montreal apparently were front runners in the Jack Eichel Sweepstakes after New York Rangers bowed out because the price was too steep. So that was exciting. We were talking about it, a bunch of us guys, and we were all excited and all. But it turns out it's not really so. It's not that Montreal weren't in the sweepstakes, but I don't know that they were front runners as late as last night. I heard that the offer from Montreal was KK, one of Romanov or Guli, one of I just said him. Ryan Poehling or Jesse Alonen, and a high draft pick, and one of Jonathan Drouin or Paul Byron to get some salary out our way. So that's what I heard was Montreal offer, the final offer Montreal had given. Apparently, Sabres were asking for, of course, Nick Suzuki, which to me is a no-go, and I'm pretty sure for Bergevin that's a no-go as well. So then I read, I don't know if it was LeBrun or also Friedman saying that apparently Montreal, they weren't really that heavily invested in acquiring him, basically because of the asking price was going to be way too high. They are not really interested in talking about including Suzuki or Caulfield in that deal. So I was excited about it last night that maybe Eichel's coming here, but I don't think so. I'd say that's not a thing. Next up, so these are some of the rumors for players that are rumored to be being signed on Wednesday as the free agency opens. And there are 3 rumors. I'm going to start with what I think is kind of the least of the 3. Defenseman Chris Weidman, and he's a right-handed defenseman. And he's rumored to be heading Montreal's way, coming in from the KHL where he spent last season. Let's see now. I wrote here last 2 seasons, but it's last season. He's a 31-year-old defenseman. He's a 7th defenseman type. I don't think it's anything more than depth. Well, that's D. So Weidman played in the NHL from 2015-16 to 2018-19, where in 2018-19 he was with the Senators, so 3 seasons with the Sens, and in the 4th season, Sens traded him to the Oilers, and the Oilers traded him to the Panthers, and that's where he finished off his 4th NHL season. In 181 games played, 16 goals, 29 assists for 45 points, and 104 penalty minutes. Last season in the KHL with the Torpedo, I'm gonna butcher this, the Torpedo Nizhny Novgorod team, 59 games, 9 goals, 32 assists, 41 points, 73 penalty minutes. A good season for him. Definitely the best season of his professional career, I think. Definitely. Now, doesn't always translate. So KHL success does not always translate into NHL success. He is 31, which it could work for him as a defenseman. But his numbers, I mean, in the 4 seasons he was in the NHL weren't great. I wouldn't expect great numbers here all of a sudden, but I mean, he's like a 7th defenseman, depth on the D-line. I mean, that's what we're looking at with Chris Weidman. We're probably not looking at big money, probably league minimum, I would think, but I haven't heard anything about money. Next player was expected to be announced Wednesday because apparently this is done, except they can't announce anything Wednesday. So Habs will announce on Wednesday that they have signed center Cedric Paquette to a 1-year, $950,000 deal. Paquette was a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning club that won the Stanley Cup in 2019-20, and he played last season in Ottawa for a short period of time and then went to Carolina. traded to Carolina, I imagine. I think that was in the Ryan Dzingel trade. Habs announced they have made. Oh, that's a different story. So let's take a look at Cedric Paquette. So Paquette, let's see, played his whole career up until the trade to Ottawa, or he signed as a free agent. I'm not sure if he signed free agent with Ottawa. With the Lightning, you can see, I mean, the numbers aren't big. He's a fourth liner. With Ottawa, 9 games. Like I said, he didn't stay long there with 1 goal. And then he went to the Hurricanes in 38 games, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. So, I mean, he's a fourth liner. Depth. He's not moving the needle. I don't think, depending on if Danault comes back and, you know, how the centers work out, I don't think he's a threat to a Jake Evans at this point. But he's definitely depth for the fourth line and, you know, fill in here and there. The next rumor on the player scale is the signing of, apparently, in the same way, I don't know if it's as sure that this is happening as the Paquette one the way I heard it, is defenseman David Savard, another Quebecer, as this Paquette. He's also expected to be announced, although I don't know if it's as close as that on Wednesday. Savard is I guess he's I have it here. I think he's a bottom 4D. I know he did play top 4, I think, in Tampa. By his numbers, he's bottom 4, but he's a right-handed defenseman. He'll likely replace Weber in the lineup, I'm assuming, but by his numbers, no. But I mean, he's a right-handed defenseman. He's a right side defenseman. So I'm assuming that he is a Stanley Cup winner with Tampa Bay last season. He's rumored to want $6 million AAV. So this is a free agent signing. He had 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points in 54 games last season, and that's in 40 games with Columbus Blue Jackets and in 14 games with Tampa Bay Lightning. I do believe those points were all with Columbus, and none of them came with Tampa. But I could be wrong on that. So for me, that's $6 million. I mean, if you look at, if he gets the same 6 points, that's $1 million a point. I was talking with somebody in the chat earlier, and they were saying, yeah, well, he'll get 12 points. So it's $500,000 a point. I don't know if that's too much money. For me, I'm willing to go $3.5 million. And if they gave him 4, I wouldn't, because he's making 4.25, I think, right now. Maybe. But that, to me, 4 million max. He's got to take a pay cut. 6 points? Come on. He's got to take a pay cut. So David Savard rumored to be coming here. I don't know if it happens or not. I don't know. Here, look at David Savard. As you can see, 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points with Columbus. 24 penalty minutes, so he doesn't take a lot of penalty minutes. Minus 19, that was Columbus. So, but with Tampa in 14 games, minus 8, 0 points, no penalty minutes. Don't know. So I don't think I'm willing to throw $6 million at David Savard just because he's from Quebec. I just look traditionally, not a big point getter. I think his career high there is 36 points in 2014-15. So, and he is now, how old? He's 30 years old. I don't know. I'm not throwing him $6 million. I'm going to be shocked if they do that. So let me know what you think in the comment section about that, if you should get that kind of money. So I probably overrun my time here. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue Bar Rouge. And hey, check out Jabby Coffee by clicking the link in the description. And thumbs up if you enjoy that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. The free agency period opens up Wednesday at noon. So we're getting close, and the rumors are going to be flying. And we'll see what comes up tomorrow. That's it. Thanks for watching. Peace out, y'all. Bye, everybody.